The Metis Tech Show.
Welcome to the Metis Tech Show, a show for HVAC professionals by HVAC professionals.
I like how you guys bounce back and forth between heat pump talk and food talk.
The Metis Tech Show.
Mitsubishi.
All right, so Buda, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're at the 2025 DSG Conference in Round Rock, Texas, right outside of Austin. And so Buda, I've told this story on the air before, and we were in California together many years ago, and I was going to order the ahi tuna, and I said, give it to me well done. I don't want anything raw. And you were like adamant, you have to eat this. You have to just sear it. Just sear it and trust me. And I trusted you, and I ate it, and it was so good.
And now that's how you eat it.
Yeah, and that's all I eat. It's seared, and I love it. And because of that, I'll have sashimi, once in a while. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't love it, but I like it. It's good when I'm in the right mood. It's good. It's nice and it has to be. Obviously, it has to be fresh.
That's what it is. I think a lot of people don't like it is because you guys aren't eating fresh fish.
Correct.
Right?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. My wife she loves sushi and all of that, the tuna, the raw tuna and stuff. I don't know. I just haven't.
Have you tried it?
I have, and I wasn't crazy about it.
Well, I'm not crazy about it, but it's good.
No, I got a couple of nice tuna steaks from the supermarket, seared them, and they were pink on the inside, and it was a little, but it was delicious. It was great.
Yeah.
So healthy for you. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So, and Buda, you're not going to put your tuna on your green egg?
No.
No.
Oh, no. So I do if it's like getting older, not a day fresh. So I'll make smoked ahi dip.
Oh.
So we'll definitely do that. Yeah, like fish dip. So, you guys have, right? Fish dip. But yeah.
Well, how do you make that?
Just usually I'll maybe soak it in some kind of like teriyaki sauce, or we have like Yoshida's. Soak it in that for about a day, then I'll smoke it. And then after that, I'll just food processor it.
I'm with
add
you.
some seasoning, mayo, sour cream, and now you got fish dip. Smoked fish dip.
I'm down with that. That sounds delicious.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
One of my favorite trendy things that they're doing with tuna right now is these tuna poke nachos. So it's like raw tuna, and then they have like this yum yum sauce, but also like a sesame kind of thing, and then the toasted sesame seeds, and they put it on fried wontons. So the wontons are like the tortilla, and you just eat. Oh my god, it's so good. Love it.
Well, and by the way, if you hear the background noise, they're cleaning up after lunch. It's just after 12 noon, and it's the fourth meal they fed us so far today. So they're just cleaning up after that. You may hear the dishes clanging. But welcome, everybody, to the Metis Tech Show. Today we have a special guest, Ryan Suda, a.k.a. Buda. We've mentioned him before. We had Nick on, and Nick talked about you, so be honest with it. I won't tell anybody. But is Nick a pain in the neck?
Of course not. Of course not. When Nick calls, it's because he needs something. You know what I mean? It's like he's already checked everything. It's not.
Yeah.
So I know he's done everything.
He's very passionate.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is
Yes. No.
I would imagine that when he calls, it's something very hard to figure out.
Yes, like he's already done everything.
Well, that's
and like
good.
he's told you guys, I mean, he's the number one fan. You know?
Yes, he is.
Speaking of Nick, he sent us some. I think it must have been him. There's these hot sauces.
Yes,
that
it
I
was.
found in the
Yeah, it was
kitchen
him.
there.
Yeah, he visited 2 weeks ago in Boston.
Yeah.
And he left those for us.
Yeah, and so hold on a second. I went into Bryn's office last week, and I walk in and he's got 4 hot sauces on his desk. And he's putting his hot sauce on something, and I'm like, that's where the hot sauce is.
Yeah, I was looking for it.
He's like, dude, you gotta try these. They taste so weird, but they're good.
They were good.
That's the thing. They're so different. Like the flavor profiles are like not ones that I'm used to.
No, they were delicious. And
There was this smoked one.
so you weren't there. Steve
Yeah.
wasn't there. I got Michelle. Did you see these hot sauces here? Did you take them and hide them?
Yeah.
Because we left them in the kitchen.
they were
And she
on my
goes,
desk.
no, I haven't seen them. So she goes, you better check Bryn's desk. Bryn brings everything in his office. Everything's
did.
in there. You know. And I went in there, and there they are all over the desks. I took them to the common area where by the microwave, and I tried them. I put a paper plate, and I put a little bit of each jar. There was like 4 jars, and they look good. But you're right, it's something you don't expect. And I didn't look to see what was in them, but they were good. So Nick, thank you for the hot sauce. They didn't go to waste. We love them.
The smoked one was smoked corn.
Yes.
And I was like, what? It was so weird.
And there was
such a weird
and there was a
flavor
fruity
profile.
one, and I don't think it was mango. I don't know what it
Pineapple.
was. Pineapple. That's
Yes,
what.
that was my favorite one.
Yeah, my favorite one too.
Yeah.
I think that was good.
They had habaneros and jalapenos in it, though, so it's kind of spicy.
But did you see what we just did? We talked about food. We introduced the show, and we're back to food again.
Yeah,
That was my
So
fault.
Well, it was Nick's fault. It was Nick's fault for bringing us the hot sauce.
Can't help it.
So anyway, I think this episode is going to be subtitled "Should I Stay or Should I?" No, it's not "Should I Stay or Should I Go Now?" It's
Am I low or am I bypassing?
"Am I low? Or am I bypassing?" So Buda, you strictly deal with Y series when it comes to VRF.
Majority, we do some R2s, but it's a handful. You know what I mean? Total opposite of you guys. Yeah, majority of my calls are all Y series.
So before we get into that, tell us about yourself. How long you've been in DSG? What's your background? Who do you work for? Like that.
So I work for AC Warehouse. We're a distributor of Mitsubishi out in Hawaii. So I support everything that comes out of AC Warehouse, Mitsubishi equipment. I've been in the trade now a while, 20, 30 years. I actually started off helping my dad, right, being a contractor. After he passed away, I got my contractor's license. I became a diamond contractor. And luckily for me, back in the day, we got to go to the factories. So once I seen Mitsubishi units getting made, that's what made me a 100% believer.
Yeah.
Is when they test 100% of equipment, you see something from nothing to the end, it was on a pallet, ready to go.
Now, which factories are you talking about?
So I've been to Shizuoka and Wakayama.
Really?
Yeah,
Good for
I've been.
you.
I think I've been to those 2 or 3 times each, and then I've been to PIMS twice. Yeah,
That's awesome. I'm
I
jealous.
haven't been to any of them.
I work there. I'm
I
jealous.
work here.
But no, I mean that's
is something to
that's,
see.
Yes, if you see it, that's so. Since then, that's when I believed in Mitsubishi.
Yeah,
and
and
then back then, when I was a contractor, it was because of the support.
Yeah, the same thing.
The tech support.
I saw
that they had.
I saw it being made from beginning to end, you know, and I know I've mentioned this several times before, but even the person who's putting the stickers on, and I thought they had some laser guided template or anything. No, she's eyeballing it. It's just boom, put it there, and it's like wow. And you could take a caliper to it, and there won't be a thousandth of a millimeter off. And then level, it's amazing. If that's me doing the stickers, here you go, you know, I'm just slapping them on there. You get what you get, you know. But it's really a meticulous,
Yes.
and they cross train a bunch of people. So if that person has to go take a break or whatever, somebody else fills in. It's like it doesn't skip a beat.
So I think it's at the PIMS, you can see like every 2 years they have to do like an aptitude test. And
Yeah.
right? And depending on what you do is what kind of jobs you can do. So like you said, if somebody's not there, then look for the next person.
Wow.
They qualify. Yeah, it's awesome.
Quality control.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So let's. So you've been a DSG. Yeah, you were when I started here 13 years ago. You were already a DSG.
Was I? I
I
forget.
think. Yeah, because my first DSG conference was 13 years ago in Orlando. I want to say you were there, but I could be wrong.
No, I wasn't. That wasn't.
Say I was wrong.
Because I haven't been to Orlando.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good. All right, so let's get back to the Y series. So tell us about some of the calls that you get, how you help your contractors.
So unfortunately, because we're coastal, we do run into coil leaks.
Yep.
So now I get a lot of calls is I have poor cooling on the indoor. So majority of the time is, okay, just add gas. And then people will be, okay, I added gas, it ain't doing nothing. So I've had to learn the hard way because like I say, when I was a contractor, right? So now it's, am I bypassing or is it a leak? Right. So what do I look for? So first things I would tell everybody, especially on a city multi, is run half in cooling and half in fan. Right? So when you run half in fan, all of your thermistors on the indoor coil should come up to room temperature. Mm-hmm. So once I usually tell them wait about 10 minutes. But if it's hot and it comes up instantly, then you can just turn them all back in cooling so the compressor doesn't shut off, and then turn the other half in fan, and we'll see. If we have no bypassing and all the LEVs are closed, we know the indoor is not bypassing. Now we take it to the outside. Okay, let's look at the subcooling, right? SCO, SCC. Then we'll look at that, and of course the main one is TH4, our discharge temp. So if our discharge temp is low, I know we're not low on gas.
Correct.
I shouldn't say I know. I mean, majority of the time we're not. We're probably bypassing somewhere.
Yeah.
If our TH4 is high, and for us, it would be 200. So some people would just send me, I just tell them, screenshot it. As soon as I see that, it's, you know what I mean, you got superheat of the indoors in the 20s, 30s, and your TH4 is 210, like I'll instantly tell them, well, it's up to you. Do you want to add 20 pounds and call me back, or you want to look for the leak? Like that, right? It's like, what do you want to, right? What do you want to do? It's like, majority is we got to get it online. So they'll dump gas. So depending on if it's a single, twin, or triple, I'll tell them, okay, add 5 pounds, add 15, 20, and send me a picture 5 minutes after the charge. Look back at it again, help them out. So that'll be an easier one. High superheat, high discharge temp, and no subcooling. Right, is 99.9 you're low in gas.
Yes.
But the other one now would be is high superheat, and your TH4 is 130. And now your discharge temp is 130. So what happens if people start adding gas?
It's going to drop even more.
Oh, then it goes off on like what is it, 1300 or
could
right?
be or 1500 for the overcharge.
Yes,
which typically it's just
overcharge. So it's like, okay, what's going on? So that's when we start looking at for Y series. It's going to be LEV2, I believe, right? It's for the subcooler.
Yep.
Or LEV1.
Yeah, LEV2 is your coming on the other side.
Yeah. So
it's
it's the one for your subcooler. So I think it's LEV1. So when you're looking at that, if LEV1 is no good bypassing, then that's where your bypass is. So a lot of times, majority for us is going to be the indoor bypassing, and unfortunately, if you don't fix that, there's nothing I can do for you.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, oh, can we just add gas? And I was, no, you can't. You're just going to bypass even more and flood the compressor even faster, right?
Yeah. It's actually funny you mentioned that. I had a student in class one time who had I forget the size of the outdoor unit, but it was 248. So I think it was just a 96. And it had 248 PLAs. And every time one of them ran, the other one, the TH2 temperature, my liquid line temperature, would get down to like 30 degrees, 28. But during off cycles, it'd go back up to ambient. But then anytime either of the units ran, that thing would tank. And I was like, looks to me like you have a bypass. Your TH2 is, the LEV position is at 41. So the LEV should be closed. But when the other unit runs, you're getting a 30-degree coil. That doesn't make any sense, right? And so that kind of stuff was pretty quick, but there was only 2 units, so it's really easy to find when there's only 2 indoor units. It gets a little bit more tricky when you've got a ton on there, you know? And in that case, it doesn't really show as a bypass where your TH4 starts to tank as much because the fan's running constant. So with the fan drawing airflow, right, it's cooling the space. And so with larger applications, this was like part of I think it was some sort of manufacturing grow room or something like that. But because it was a manufacturing facility, the fan was always on. They didn't really use it for comfort cooling. They were just trying to keep the space under control. They couldn't figure out why they were having underperformance on the other unit, and it was because all the refrigerant was going to the LEV that was bypassing.
And we've talked about this before, but when I first started here and started getting into city multi-maintenance tool, I could not believe that one indoor unit could take down a system like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it can be an 8,000 BTU unit.
Yeah.
It just blew my mind. But I love what you said when you started talking, Buda, about putting half the units in fan and half the units in cooling.
Well, for us, I mean, as techs, I mean, it's just way faster. I mean, some people will tell you put each one and wait 5 minutes. Now you got 12 units. That's, you know what I mean? 1 hour you're waiting to say, no, just put half. Yeah, just put half in fan. And then I'll be like, okay, wait, if 2 look like they're bypassing, let's just focus on those 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's genius.
That's a good point. Yeah, almost cutting the units in half, which you have to actually look at.
And then usually when we add gas, I'll just tell them, my kind of rule of thumb is, okay, do you really want to add the charge because you are low? And I usually tell techs is have 1 tank per chassis. So if you're at a single, you better have 1 tank. If you're at a triple and you need gas, if you only have 1 tank, we're not going to, I'm almost guaranteed we're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Right? So if you have, it's almost.
That's experience right
there.
That is experience.
We've had, I've had some, and that's what people, another thing, what misconception everybody's always, oh, my gas is good. How do you know? Oh, I have 125 PSI. Right? Or city multi, but I got 106, 108, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that don't mean nothing. I've seen units with 25% of the charge and your pressure will be 106.
Yeah.
Right? And then I've had, next thing you know, we added 75 pounds. Now we're good.
And that was something you said earlier as well. You could have this massive bypass and dump an enormous amount of refrigerant into our city multi-systems and it not make a difference in pressures.
Nope.
Yeah, but you were right, Steve. It's experience, and this is nothing that's written down anywhere. Buda, you're just going by
I learned from my
trial and error.
mistakes.
Yes. Well, you know what? If you don't learn by your mistakes, then you'd be a fool.
True.
So
Right?
you're learning by your mistakes, and the good thing about for the listeners here is now they can learn from your mistakes as well.
Yeah.
They don't have to make their own.
I've done it already.
Yeah, you've done it. Listen to me now.
I'm telling you why it's not going to work. They're like, well, what do you mean? Trust me.
Yeah, I've been there.
Well, you think about it, it's like the logic in our cooling side is typically trying to target a 32-degree TE, and it controls our compressor frequency. So even on low charge, it's still going to ramp up and down to try to dial in that 106 or that 102 PSI, right? It's trying to dial in that suction temperature, saturation temperature.
Right.
So as the unit runs out of refrigerant, it's still going to ramp up and down. What happens is downstream, that's where we get the high superheats because it's had to ramp down so much to maintain that 32-degree TE. Actually, another one was Sean just showed us when we were at the service meeting. He found a LEV4 bypass. And that was really interesting. It was on an engine, so they also had TH15. And what he was seeing was when other units, which was a 3-module system, when one of the units, or when any one of the units was running this particular outdoor unit, only the compressor discharge temperature would drop, but the suction temperature was staying the same. And so he's like, why is it that my compressor discharge is dropping when it's not running below the ambient temp, but my shell, the compressor shell at the bottom is staying relatively the same? Well, LEV4 is our injection LEV, right? It's our flash injection. And so it's the only thing that makes sense is that refrigerant's bypassing through LEV4 and hitting the top of the compressor, which is why my compressor discharge is taking the hit, but not my shell. And it was like a mind blower because it was, I want to say it was like a 7,000 minute maintenance tool file that he pulled 1 minute out of and was like, here we go. And I was like, that's why I love Sean so much.
No, he's
so
too
good
smart.
at that stuff.
Yeah, some of those guys are wicked smart, and they do that. So Buda, what is? I'm curious, is because you go to all the islands.
I will have to if there are, but there's 3 of the islands are the most busiest.
Yeah,
So it's always Oahu, Big Island, and Maui.
Maui. That's where Nick is.
Yes. So
In
we mix
Maui.
up Maui.
Yeah,
You got to visit them.
I do. We have to visit him.
Yeah, I gotta pay you a visit actually. With
Well, I got to do my train. I just did my training room.
You did?
Yeah.
You're going to be doing it again.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I did
this
that.
coming year.
So I did the MMP. So I'm going to start teaching. I just finished it before I came up here. So I'm going to start the classes November, December again.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go to.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have.
I think
you
all
gotta,
3 of us
check it.
should really go and just make sure.
We might all have
don't
to
miss
go.
anything.
We
Make
might
sure
have to
shield
bring.
wires
Might have
are
to bring the
landed.
podcast. Get with us. We'll have you and Nick.
Yeah, so some palm trees in back, and that would be really cool.
Yeah. Is there any? I like to ask the DSGs this. Is there any site visit? Without mentioning names or locations, but is there a certain site visit that you did that stands out to you as unforgettable for a certain reason?
No, off the top of my head, no, I can't really think of.
So nothing out of the ordinary. Just everything, just standard things. And you're right, because you're coastal everywhere. And that salt air, we know what that does to equipment. So
And
there'll be leaks.
unfortunately, I mean, I understand people pay a lot of money, so why do I have to quote the unit? But when your unit is leaking after 1 or 2 years, you have issues, like DLCs.
So you're talking about outdoor unit
indoors.
and indoor.
Yes.
Okay.
Majority actually is indoor.
Oh,
flows.
really? Really? Interesting.
Yeah, so we have a lot of indoor. I wouldn't say a lot, but we do have. But so it came to I get calls so much, I decided to put my own money and buy equipment. So I've been to not all. I've been to about 3 or 4 islands to put my equipment in there for at least 24 hours. A lot of stuff I find is 2 out of the 3. So it's chlorine, fluorine, or sulfur. Usually 2 out of the 3 I find, and then those are the ones that the houses are corroding faster than the rest.
Wow, inside the home. That's surprising. I was expecting outside.
When people keep complaining, so I would go out there and do the test, and in the Mitsubishi warranty, it'll tell you. Does not cover if there's chlorine, fluorine, or salt. Of course, we can't get away from salt, right? But
Right.
it's
And these are just compounds that are inside the house.
yes. Usually,
Formicary corrosion, I believe, is what it's called.
and it would be just anything, right? Off gassing. You got brand new furniture, right?
Yeah.
The varnish is going. You got paint, carpet, the glue. I can't pinpoint it, but it's something. So I tell people Mitsubishi does not make corrosion.
Right.
Right? Mitsubishi does not make rust, right? It's because of the environment. And when we can't control the environment, the next best thing we can do is we have to get it coated, third-party coating.
Right. Now, how popular is fresh air? Bringing in outside air. I mean, would that even help? Would that help? Because you bring up a good point. Typically, indoor air quality has to do with everything that's off-gassing. Wall-to-wall carpeting, the countertops, varnishes, and paints. All of that is off-gassing. So bringing in fresh air kind of dilutes that, putting in the
So that's a good point you brought up, because it could be good, but it also could be bad depending on how your outside air is.
Correct.
So if you're in Kona, or depending on where you are on the island, or the volcano's going, now you're bringing in more sulfur than you have on the inside, right?
I didn't even think of that.
And we have
That's
a lot
where the
of,
sulfur is coming from.
So, and then we have a lot of high-end homes that are on the beach. So when you're bringing in fresh air, you're bringing in straight salt air.
So you could be. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like, what?
your outside air could be worse than.
These are the things that you don't think about in Albuquerque,
No. Or New England.
or New England, or anywhere else.
Every single one of our volcanoes has been decommissioned for like hundreds of years.
Thousands anyway.
Yeah.
Well, no, because you got Mount St. Helens. That was pretty bad too. But
So Buda, as a DSG, what's a typical day look like for you? Are you always doing site visits, or are you doing
No,
a lot
I
of
don't.
phone?
A lot of phone and
Okay.
emails. Yeah. So besides doing DSG tech stuff, I help. I mean, whatever with, especially with controls kind of thing, sequence of operations. If they have questions, then I'll try and help whatever.
So when does it come to the point where you have to actually pay a site visit?
So I will go with the tech over the phone and say maybe they're at the job site 2 or 3 times after I've asked them to do everything and they've done their due diligence, then I'm obligated to go out. Then I'll go out there with them. The only reason why I don't go out there on the first time is I tell them, once I go out there, I'm representing AC Warehouse and Mitsubishi, so something needs to be done. I can't just tell you as a homeowner, like, I'm here and like, oh, we're not going to do nothing. You know what I mean? It's like, I need everything, like, we're doing something today.
Yes.
Right? It's like, something's
Makes
going to
sense.
happen, yes. So, no, usually, they've been out there enough times that they've tried everything we've asked, so we'll be,
Dig a little
Then
deeper.
then I'll go. So, now with the M Series tool, before, I hardly ever used to use it.
you use that a lot. The M series.
Not a lot, but I do. Yes, I'll actually leave it there for a day or two. I've had a job where it shuts down every month. Like what? So I have my computer out. I left my computer out there for 1 month.
Wow.
And what'd you find? I'm curious.
We give them a new unit. It was weird. We couldn't figure out because it's something to do with the rain. Only when it rained, it would go off. But through the operation, if you look at the trending, it would look good. And all of a sudden, you look at the frequency. Some days, it's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
I have the files. I mean, if you want it for training or something, you can.
Oh yeah,
look at
send it to us. That sounds.
yeah,
I would like to see that.
Yeah. So on the spreadsheet. So that's one thing good about maintenance too. Also, is the spreadsheet. And another thing, going back to the city multi, right, troubleshooting, is people don't understand how important a maintenance tool is.
Yes.
And they're like going on, oh, we don't have a maintenance tool. I was like, well, I don't know if you should be. Like,
How have you gotten
nowadays,
this far?
Especially, I tell people, I understand that. Don't be so fixated, like, oh, I got to go drive 2 hours to grab a maintenance tool, and you go out there and it's an electrical problem. Now you can't even hook up your maintenance tool, right? But if you know it's a cooling issue on a city multi, you need your maintenance tool.
Yeah.
Because unless I'm not that busy, we'll do dip switches. But I tell them, do you have 2 hours to sit there and flip dip switches? And we'll write down every single,
Right.
right? And majority are like, no, I don't have time.
And then I'll
They'll
ask you
come back
again
with
to
the-
check it in 5 minutes because I don't have it up on my screen. So
And then, so a maintenance tool is super,
Everybody should have a maintenance
yes.
tool.
If you're going on city multi, you need a maintenance tool. I mean, it's powerful. And even on the spreadsheet. So like that, going back to, like if you have a file, 5,000 minutes. So sometimes I'll actually look, so you know how you can highlight, okay, if my TH4 is over 195, it'll be red. I'll go grab the bottom bar, and I'll just keep going super fast. Oh, I saw red. Then I'll go back and stop, and then go back to the maintenance tool and kind of dissect that site. Like, why did it get to that high?
yeah, it's one of the cool things that I realized even myself underutilizing the spreadsheet part
Because-
of the maintenance tool because it can be a little bit overwhelming to look at. But you can kind of dial in what you want to look at, and it pulls minutes upon. Like if you have a 5,000 minute, you can just scroll through all those and then find a section of time and graph it. And that's one thing that Sean does. And when he showed me how he did it, I'm like, see, this is so helpful because then when it puts on a graph, you see a line graph and you can kind of dial in when is this actually misbehaving.
Yeah, like
So
if it's the
really
same
cool.
day, is it the same day something's going on? So yeah, that grafting helps a lot.
Yeah,
Instead
absolutely.
of before when we just had to do the one button.
In the classic view.
So does AC Warehouse have a authorized training center?
Yes.
I should know these
Yes,
things.
we do. I just changed out our smart multi, our 4-way cassettes, and a 121 24,000 M series. So I left just the P series Walmart 410 for now. Yeah.
Because we're gonna see 410. We're still gonna be working on 410 for a while. We're still selling 410. We're in the sell-through period, and it's going to be out there for a while. It's not going anywhere, so that's why we wanted to change parts of it. And then you also have a city multi equipment in your training center, so
Yes.
next year, probably 6-7 months, you'll be changing that as well.
Yeah.
That's when I think we have to come out there and make sure you do
Yeah,
it
it's going to
right.
get inspected, I think.
Yeah,
Probably,
yeah.
and I'm gonna,
really just can't
I'm
get away with
probably
what ain't
gonna
going
ride it
longer.
out till the ending because I just changed my training center last year.
Yeah,
Or
so
two
we'll
years
have to
ago.
wait.
I just put in the engines, yeah.
I think you should do it in winter months. Like January, February, that's when you want to do it. So, because, we want to see it in the cold, how it operates in the cold months. When it's like 80, 85.
In fact, if you need any help with building new ones, just let us know.
Yeah.
I'm sure one of us can
Now,
help
are you
out.
doing
Come on
the
down,
training,
come on down.
Buda?
Yes,
Yeah, are you the only one doing the training there?
yes.
Okay, excellent. Awesome. What's your favorite class to teach?
Any of them, as long as I feel, as long as they're learning something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I nowadays I try to keep my classes small, 10 to 12. I notice that I get better engagement, and I feel they get a better class. A lot of times when it's bigger, some people don't want to speak up, or it's not.
Right.
So and I always tell them at the end, right? So we do have tests, right? It's a pass-fail class. So I'll bring it up during the day, and you can tell some people are like, "Wait, what?" You won't flunk if you pay attention. And I tell them, if you guys can't get the answer right, I feel that I failed because I didn't teach you, right? Like I didn't teach you in a way that you could understand. Right.
Yeah,
So-
and that can be true, but then with certain people, you can, you know how it is. You can do all you want, and it's just like,
I mean, if they're sleeping, they're sleeping. You can't do anything, right?
yeah, they're concentrating.
Yeah.
They're concentrating.
Thinking really hard about it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I notice is smaller classes. So usually I'll do like you guys back-to-back weeks. Sometimes I'll do three in a month every week.
All right, well, good.
Class.
Yeah, good. So, I know you're in Hawaii on the islands, but we have an audience. Believe it or not, we have been listened to in 90 countries,
Wow.
and that just boggles my mind that people in other countries actually are interested in what we have to say. That's just crazy. I'm not interested in what I have to say.
I think it's mostly the food.
It's probably the food. Yeah. So, but what advice would you have for the contractor out there who's going to be installing or servicing City Multi or M&P equipment? If you could just give one contractor one bit of advice, what would it be?
Have a maintenance tool.
That was pretty clear.
Have to think about it. That's great.
So I even tell people, like, if you have a maintenance tool when you service, you guys are servicing a building, is put your maintenance tool on while you're servicing it.
Yeah.
It takes you no time. Now you have a recording of what it was doing. Say you service everything, right? Cleaning filters, blowing drain lines. Now the next day they call, it's not working. You just go back to, you didn't do anything. I mean, you were working, just grab your file, look through it, right? And
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell people, I mean, when you service, you should just record
That's not a
it.
bad
Yeah.
idea during maintenance.
Yeah, just put it on there, record it. And better yet, if you have a account and you sell them a Canva Cloud, and Nick is the one who told me he likes that. He has it on a couple customers.
The Kenza?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love it.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome software.
So, and for a bigger company, I mean, for a bigger building, it helps a lot because you get 2 weeks maintenance to data right
Yep.
there.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a good thing too, because not just when something's wrong, but when everything's working normally, if you've got a file that you can refer to, now I know what everything looked like when it was started up or working fine, everything was clean. Now you get a service call years, months later, whatever it is, you can compare the
Exactly,
two.
because there's some of them when you go out there, was it ever running good?
Exactly.
Right? And
Yeah.
you don't know if you have this file. So even a good one is on startup, right? We need 1 hour of test run. And I understand people are in a rush and they're like, 1 hour test run, 60 minutes, stop, let's go.
Yeah.
But I'm like, after that, you should run it in regular.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, see what it's doing. That way you have a baseline.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
advice.
Plus, the way what I've learned is that the more maintenance tool files you have on your computer, the better. Anyway, they're just good to have. If you ever want to refer back and be like, what does normal operation look like? Like, what do I see for pressures and temperatures?
And
stuff?
another thing
You'll
is
see
gonna-
it and then be able to refer back.
Is going to be always to test it, or when they're complaining, I want to see it how it's running like that. Because I have a lot of calls, they'll be like, give me the file and it's in test run for 30 minutes and it looks like it's fine. Oh, but they said it doesn't good when this one's set at 70, this is set at, well, how come I need to see that, right? I need to
Why'd you
see
put it in
that.
test run then?
Yeah, right? I was like, give me so going back to that, half fan, right? Half fan, half cooling. After that, I tell them run it in 30 minutes at least of regular, and then run it in test run for 30 minutes. Send me that file. I'll see what I can see.
Yeah.
The reason is I have a lot of people who run it in test run for an hour. Test run bypasses your returner temp. Now the indoor units are 68 degrees. Okay, run it how they run it. Okay, they run it at 76. So guess what happens for that next 30 minutes? What is the file doing? Compressor hertz, 0.
Just wait, no warm up.
Yeah, it didn't do anything. So I'll tell people, run it regular. Run your test run last, because it's
Yeah.
going to force everything to run.
Yeah, we just switch it to heat.
Oh, yeah. Just open the windows.
That's right.
Very wise advice.
So obviously, for the most part, I'm sure there are parts up in maybe the mountains where it's not, but you're cooling year round.
Yes, there are up country, there are certain parts that do have R2s, but for 99% is going to be straight cooling.
You ever get sick of it? You ever want to just see snow? You know,
no.
7-degree weather.
No, that I don't. That's why I would never go to Ashray in Chicago.
in February.
Yes, that's why I never go to the. So of course next year we're going to the Vegas one, right?
Yep.
Yep. So but
Vegas is
yeah,
okay.
I never go to Chicago because I don't want single digits. It's
No.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. No, I don't want single digits either, and we're about to hit single. I know in the next 6 months I'm going to see single digits. No, I'm already pissed off about it. Can I say pissed off? Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't even know how you guys work out there. You know, it's like there's no heat. I was asking somebody yesterday, when do you guys say you can't work? Like you can't. You just go out there and work.
No,
I'm like,
no, if there's a blizzard, you got the service guys. You got to get out there. There's no heat calls. You can't just say no. It's too cold. It's no. I've been on the rooftop where the wind chill was 30 below zero. What am I going to do? Tell them it's too cold for me to get your heat going? You have to. You have to do it. It's you get dressed
Rough
for it.
days.
I remember there was one time that I just could not get to the service call, and that was in downtown Boston. And there was a blizzard beginning, and this was the type of snow that came down sideways
Yes.
and stuck to signs.
Everything wet.
I
Heavy
just
wet
remember
snow.
driving around Boston and talking to the dispatcher, and I'm like, I can't see what streets I'm on. I can't see where the highway is because all the signs are covered with snow.
And this is before GPS and smartphones.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it was like I'm dead in the water. I got to try and get home alive at this point.
Yeah. No.
All right. So I think that's it, right?
That's it. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
Buda,
you.
thank you so much.
No, always good seeing you
joining
guys.
us. It's great to see you. Always great to see you. I look forward to this every year. So there's a lot of brain power here, and I don't know how many
Yes,
DSGs we have here, maybe 400, 500, but there's a lot of brain power in this room, and it's nice to take advantage of that for a little bit. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
very much.
So what do you got for desserts? Is Hawaii known for any desserts?
I
Well,
mean,
I'll tell you what.
If you're talking about, Hawaiian, I mean, haupia, or everybody's making like a haupia
We got a
pie
train.
kind of thing.
We got a train going by.
Yeah, so that's a coffee cart with all the fixings on it going by right now.
What you're hearing is about 36 ceramic mugs rattling around.
There is a train that actually goes by the room at 4:30 in the morning. All right. So I'm sorry. What was the dessert?
No, so I mean, a Hawaiian thing. I mean, that is going to be haupia, right? It's like coconut pudding kind of thing. Yeah. But a lot of people do it with sweet potato, and so it's like a shortbread, sweet potato with jalapeno on the top.
What was that one that Nick talked about? Yucca? Was it? Is that a
Poi,
thing?
poi.
It was this purple vegetable? Yucca?
Boy.
No, taro. Yeah,
Taro. That's what
yeah,
it is.
taro,
Taro.
hollow,
Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you've hooked me up with some Hawaiian chocolate before.
Oh, yeah,
Boxes of
that stuff was
chocolate,
good.
Gummy bears.
Hey, we're on video, right? We're on
He's got some. No.
Yes.
Hey,
All right,
this is
we're gonna have.
I didn't do that on purpose.
I'm glad you.
That's awesome.
I'm glad you did
No,
that.
the chocolate that he has brought for me anyway, it's not your typical chocolate from here in the United States.
No, it's so good.
It tastes very different, and it's
Well,
very,
it's macadamia
very
nuts,
good.
right?
Macadamia, that's what it is.
Yes, that's awesome.
Open that up. Let's have some right now.
So the benefits.
Here's your
Oh,
benefits of having it on camera.
30-foot smirk.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
nuts in there.
Oh, this
that's
is.
great.
Look at this. Oh boy.
That's awesome.
Oh my goodness, my wife loves these, and
My
I just
wife's not going to see these.
can't let her listen to this podcast. That's
Juan, I gotta go back. I got one for you too.
Yeah, my wife loves these, dude, and she's not going to see it. And now I'm going to make sure she doesn't listen to this one.
Yeah.
Wow. This is.
Yeah, don't
awesome.
even let her
I
listen to
didn't
the
plan
audio
that.
because it's all cringy.
Okay, so luckily, just make sure you guys hide all this before everybody else passes by.
Oh yeah.
What's
won't be
mine? I
here.
don't get no,
this is
I'm
going right in the.
I don't have any.
This is going right in my bag right now.
Unfortunately, I don't have enough to share with everybody.
That's okay. See,
the best thing about that
you
is-
share it with us. That's all we want. We don't care about anybody else.
Now we have a food topic for the next episode.
Yes.
Oh my goodness,
Did you
The
try
chocolate
these
review.
chocolates? Yeah.
fantastic!
Brian,
Buda, thank you.
Thanks again.
Yeah,
Thank you
for
guys.
joining
We'll
us.
see everybody on the next
Bye,
one.
everyone.
See you on the next one.